Hi Libra. All right, so this is your bonus, as I promised. So, for the Libras that are currently married, what does that look like? The Libras that are currently married. You could feel like a distance between the two of you. There is somebody in your, like, energy that's causing some conflict, okay? So that could be part of it too, family members, friends, you know, hopefully not a side piece, but you know, there is some conflict going on with the two of you. Obviously, there could even be like maybe some harsh words or even like temporary separation. I think probably this can all be worked out, all right? Could be some Mercury retrograde crap. For the Libras that are in a relationship, what does that look like? Looks like there's going to be some heartbreak. They might have their options open, okay? For the Libras that are looking to reconcile, what does that look like? Now, I see a fight and somebody walking away, realizing that there's probably a reason why you guys couldn't work it out the first time, okay? For the Libras that are single and looking, oh, I like how you're seeing your value. You do have somebody who's going to, like, really pursue you, okay? But it does look like you're kind of hesitant because you're like, whoa, wait a minute, like, slow down. This is kind of crazy. Could turn into something. Absolutely could turn into something. It looks like past history of, like, you know, failures or getting hurt could prevent this from really taking off, the, you know, so just keep that in mind, right? Just keep that in mind. For the Libras that are going through divorce, it's going to be a huge burden. I'll be honest with you, this does not look like it's going super well for you. One of you might even regret that you even are getting a divorce, but it does look like this is, I think there's still a possibility you guys could work this out, else reconcile and or work this out so it's a more peaceful situation, but as of now, it doesn't look very good. For the Libras that are in any sort of court situation, what does that look like? Looks like there's a lot of anxiety, but ultimately I see it going quite well. For the Libras that have gone back to school or are currently in school, what does that look like? Looks great. Looks fantastic. You may make like an enemy or a hater in school, but ultimately it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be great. Okay, it'll serve you in the long run. For the Libras that are looking for work, you'll be getting something very soon, or even starting a business, one or the other. Looks very good. For the retired Libras, what does that look like? I'm seeing a health ailment, guys. Could be autoimmune or even kidney related. You have somebody watching you, stalking you, whatever. If you're in any sort of partnership, it does look like they could be hiding something from you, especially if you have children with this person. Many of you are missing somebody at a distance. There is a cancellation of some sort of plans and or trip. There could be like a chance to sell and or trade in a car and it doesn't work out in your, like, the way you want it to. Watch out for an ex coming back. Watch out for somebody who's asking you to do something without getting paid, or asking you to lend them something, give them something, because you're never going to see them or it again. For the Libras that are working for somebody else, what does that look like? Oof. Oof. Looks like you might start to look elsewhere, go into business by yourself, or wait to move up in the company, but where you are right now is not going to work out long term. For the Libras that do work for themselves, what does that look like? You'll have some new opportunities, whether that's new clients, whether that's, you know, new business, whatever the case. And watch out for a financial mishap. You know, you didn't, hey, knock it off. You didn't get a receipt out, you know, like something isn't done and you're going to lose money, basically. Maybe not your own fault. It could be like an employee's fault or whatever the case, but it does look like it's like, oh, shoot, we forgot to charge them, okay? Would you please stop doing that to the floor? Freaking weird dog. Hey, knock it off. For the Libras that have someone that passed on, do they have any messages for you? I'm seeing honeycomb. They're definitely in your energy, Libra. This is definitely somebody that you had, else you felt a great deal of pain when they moved on, or they're heartbroken that they're not with you, you know, something like that. And I'm seeing something being left for you or given to you that was theirs. You may have another person in your energy that was actually kind of more like a negative person, selfish, fiery temper, could have been involved in anything like very dark. And yeah, they cause some people a lot of issues. So you have two people around you. Okay. And for the Libras that have a dog, what does that look like? The dog could get out, watch out. Hopefully the dog doesn't cause chaos, like hurt themselves or ruin something, because I see you spending money due to something they did. For the Libras that have a cat, cat's fine, you could be overfeeding them. For the Libras that have any other pet, if you have more than one, they might have some disagreements or not be getting along. If you only have one, looks like they're temperamental. Yeah. Anything else Libra needs to know before I end it here? Disappointment over something that you're working on not panning out the way you thought it was going to. So whether that's your job or hobby or some sort of new thing you're getting involved in, I do see disappointment there. You are working towards your stability and you really feel like you're not getting there fast enough, but I assure you probably by next year, many of you are going to find your 10 of Cups. You're going to get to whatever that 10 of Cups is for you. Like, you know, whether it's work, whether it's stability, whether it's a person. Yeah, moving forward in a more pleasant way going forward. And I do really want to do Capricorn, but I have to go drop my children off, so I don't know if I have time, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. All right, for Capricorn, those of you that are married, what does that look like? I have like a pit in my stomach right now, and that's for you, Capricorn. Marriage looks fine. You guys, if you have been having issues, you guys are going to work it out. Everything looks good. There could even be arguments over children. For the Capricorns that are in a relationship, what does that look like? Looks like it's not going to last. I see heartbreak. I see moving on. I feel somebody's feeling like they're not getting what they need. Sir, can you please not? For the Capricorns that are looking to reconcile, it says make a judgment call there. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, okay? It's possible. It's just not a good idea. For the Capricorns that are single and looking, I see a time waster. Be careful of somebody coming in, and you'll know because they're kind of egotistical or really self-centered. Some of you could be meeting somebody at work. I don't see anything long-lasting at this time. I see a lot of time wasters, okay? For the Capricorns that are going through divorce, the person's going to try to screw you over heavily, so just know that. This is going to go on for a while, I'll be honest with you. I think it goes in your favor, though. For the Capricorns that are in any sort of court battle, looks like it goes in your favor. For the Capricorns that are in school or are going to school, you might have a change of heart or a change of plans, else moving on to another school and or just dropping out in general and finding a different career move, okay? For the Capricorns that are looking for work, you'll be finding something very soon. You actually will have more than one opportunity, okay? Somebody very close will tell you about an opportunity. And for the Capricorns that are retired, what does that look like? Could be going to a gathering, celebration, get together, family reunion, anything like that. You have a air sign who's kind of watching you. They are bitter and resentful. They think you owe them something or they owe you something. Some of you are detaching from somebody finally after a really long time. And many of you are else going to start considering a move, and or you're going to start like hiking, biking, being more outdoors, like physically active. For the Capricorns that work for somebody, what does that look like? It looks like you're probably going to leave for something better. Yeah, something more stable. Hopefully you guys don't get laid off, but there's a possibility for that too. For the Capricorns that are work for themselves, what does that look like? You're going to have a fight with somebody there. Could even be, if you're married, could even be with your spouse over something at work. But ultimately I see it being okay. With growth and abundance, you'll be all right. For the Capricorns, I guess that have spirits around them. It's a family member. It's a family member. They're going to send you messages, anything from like finding something of theirs lying around the house to, you know, seeing something that reminds you of them, or then maybe they're like actually contacting you and you just know it, okay? They hope you drop a heavy burden you have. For the Capricorns that have a dog, the dog may be acting a little, you're going to spend some money on the dog, but the dog might be acting a little out of sorts over the next few weeks, okay? Like different, just odd. Maybe seeing ghosts or something. For the Capricorns that have a cat, if it's an outdoor cat, I see somebody else feeding it. If it's an indoor cat, you might want to check with whoever lives in your house. If somebody lives in your house, because I feel like this cat's getting fed on the side by somebody else other than you. And if you have a cat and a dog, they might not be getting along. That'll change. If you have any other animal, Capricorn, they look very stubborn. And they're not, yeah, they're not easily trained and or they don't do what they say. Or should, I should say. Anything else for Capricorn? I have to end it because I got to go take my kids somewhere. Having a falling out with what looks like a water sign. Having some anxiety over wish fulfillment you've been waiting on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Sorry this was really quick and fast, but I really do have to get my kids going. If I have time, I will throw up another bonus before I get back to the personal readings.